What is up, YouTube?
Hell yeah.
My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys the latest update on our very own Dallas Cowboys. And of course, as always, thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Take a second to hit like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all social media at MyCowboysFamily, and of course, hop in the Discord. Link for that's in the description box down below.
A special night here at MCF. An extra long week. Our game's Monday Night Football. We're turning that page on that Niner game. It hurts. But we're going to talk with the man in charge tonight, JERRUH Jones. Old Jerry there.
Yeah, and, we rustled up his phone number and said, you know what, well, we got to give him a little ring.
Yeah.
Have him explain a few things to us, right? We had some questions.
We need to get some answers about what's going on with this Cowboy team.
And hopefully you guys, enjoy getting those answers as much as I think we will.
We might even have time to ask a couple, if you guys want to drop some questions in there, we might be able to ask old Jerry some of your thoughts here live on My Cowboys Family. That's going to come a little bit later. First, we got to talk about the news, info, and updates. And before we do that, maybe we got to do the shout-out to the people representing it this week on all our boards. The people that make the world go round here. The sponsor of the week on that continuous, ticker, the man Mark Hosepian from Hawaii. You know it.
Big mahalo to Mark. Appreciate you, of course, not just the sponsor of the week. Back-to-back. He's also bossing that stream around fully loaded up with 100 points.
Back-to-back like our 90s Cowboys. Much love to the man Mark Hosepian. And also, much love to the man why he's here. Snug X.
Woo.
9 weeks in a row of domination in the Cash App. Much love to Snug X. Hey, we go for 10, double digits. That'll be halfway to the all-time record of Jason Renfro. We shall see. Appreciate you, Snug, as always. By the way, as far as leaders go this week, in the Cash App side of things, currently no one's in there. It's empty. But the overall board, Mark Hosepian is trying to go for that three-peat. He's the current leader up there on the top spot for this week. Now, there is a gifting champion we got to discuss. The man who's always staying skeptical. Skeptical fan. Much love to him. He is currently the gifting champion of the week, and he had 3 months of domination. We started this thing off about, 5 months ago or so. Much love to skeptical fan. He took that from Jason Renfro. The gifting leader this week, no one's there yet. Like the Cash App, it's empty. So, hey, a lot of places to go. In fact, there's Super Chat, there's the different membership stuff, like joining it, of course, gifting it, the thanks button. What other ways are there to help the channel, baby?
You have, of course, the Cash App, money sign My Cowboys Family, the Venmo at My-Cowboys-Family, the regular PayPal link, and last but not least, the Streamlabs link lets your comments show up on screen just like a Super Chat.
Damn right. Appreciate everybody on all those sides of things, and also appreciate you guys in the membership. Navy, Blue, Silver 2, Star, and the Over Everything levels. Remember, a special raffle game day here after the game, halftime, we'll try a star level membership. Anybody in the star level, when the game, on Saturday night, you will be entered into this monthly star level, Over Everything level membership. So good luck to those. And if you guys not in it yet, you guys want in, hit the, check the links. You can join up, and if you're in the membership, you can upgrade. Different ways of doing that. Appreciate everybody with the love there. And the man, the sponsor of the week, like our 90s Cowboys back-to-back, Mark Hosepian, all the way from Hawaii, dropping that $2 holla. What did he say?
I have a question for JERRUH Jones. Why are you such a dick?
We're going to have some good questions tonight. I have a feeling for old JERRUH Jones.
Yeah, I think Jerry has a few things that he might have to answer.
I can't wait till we get to it. Yeah, I agree. I have my question, baby. I know you have a couple yourself. We're gonna get into this tonight, so appreciate everybody here. Yes, Mark. We're gonna ask. I'm sure we'll sneak in that question somewhere. But hey, I heard Jerry's gonna be very open in our interview, so he may answer a lot of different questions. We'll see what happens. Now, guys, appreciate everybody here through all the different ways and the love and all that stuff. But got to give out the shout outs to those in the star and over everything level.
That's right.
You know how that goes, guys. In the star and over everything, those top shelf levels of membership. You have the navy blue or silver too. I mean, all the levels. You have the new emojis for the Chargers this week, so drop them if you got them. But yeah, guys, we also have to always shout out the star level members, the over everything level members. Baby, why don't you do the honors tonight?
Huge shout out to Skeptical Fan, Jason Renfro, Dwayne Broussard, Lincoln Kane, Mary Alvarez, Andy Potts, Marissa Sparkle, The Lunatic, and Over Everything. Snug X.
Snug X, you know why he's here. Baby, let's do some shout-outs in the chat. Let's get through and to the news, info, and updates from today so we can get to Jerry Jones. He's a busy man, so we got to get to him quicker than usual nights on our streams.
Yeah, we know he made time out of his busy, Whataburger run schedule.
Woo!
Anyway, real quick, shout out to Jason Renfro in the house. Retro Scotty, much love. Cactus G in the place to be. Scorpio, much love. And by the way, go ahead and percolate on that because, guys, if you didn't know, huge shout out to the man Snug X. He was one of the lucky jersey raffle winners from the Lunatics.
Him and Jason Renfro both won.
Representation. And he said, I got to show the love, give the love forward, and I want to let my man Scorpio pick a jersey for himself. So huge shout out to Snug for showing the love, and shout out to Scorpio.
Congrats to Scorpio getting the award, the win there through Snug X.
Can't wait to see who he
Much love, Snug. Appreciate you. And yes, can't wait to see who Mr. Scorpio decides to choose and to add to his collection of Dallas Cowboy representation and jerseys there. So it's going to be great. Appreciate you, Scorpio. Appreciate you. Much love to Snug X for doing what he's doing. And hey, let's get. I mean, I don't know if you did those shout outs, so let's get it rolling.
No. Yeah, let me see. Retro Scotty, much love. Cactus G in the place to be. Asmodeus, Scorpio, Jason Renfro, shout out to you. Dirty South MVP, what's up? Even you, WTP Niners, but
you guys won. Congrats.
Yeah, don't you have better places to be by now? Marco Seppian, shout out to you, of course. Monroe Goodad, maybe Jerry spent lots of time outdoors around a smoke pit or something. I don't know.
Those eyes.
Maybe that's why he's
those eyes. He's got some weed in his system.
Q Ball, what's up? We have Thomas Garrett, the superior Garrett. Clark motherfucking Kent. Redman R. Mari Roberts. MH. Chris Pewitt. Freedom First. Were you first today? Not first. You tried, though. You tried. Alright, I think that's everybody here so far. So, baby, I am going to officially hand it off to you. Because, like I said, we want to make sure we bring up Mr. JJ. And he picks up. Back to you. But and guys, don't forget, hit like, subscribe, hit the bell. I think I said that already, but just in case I forgot.
As we're kicking this off,
let me say it one more time.
Let's go Cowboys. And let's talk about Go Rangers, right? If you're in the Dallas area, guys, the Texas Rangers today are heading to the ALCS, the American League Conference Championship game. And congrats to the Texas Rangers. But let me just add the Cowboy mix in this here, guys. The Rangers, the Mavericks, and the Texas Rangers, the Dallas Mavericks, the Dallas Stars, and the Dallas Wings have all made it to the Final Four at the very least, meaning the conference championships. Mm-hmm. And all of them did this in the last couple of years, in 2020 and beyond. Cowboys haven't made it to the Final Four, to the conference championship game, since 1996. It hurts, I know. 3 out of the 4 major, leagues, the 4 major leagues, baseball, football, basketball, hockey. 3 out of the 4 Dallas teams have now made the Final Four within the last 2 years. Only team that didn't do it, embarrassingly, is us. What a week of embarrassment last, the Sunday night game. Now this, anyways. In the meantime, you think that's gonna hold back Jerry Jones? Oh hell no, Jerry Jones.
Probably not.
No, Jerry Jones. He's cashing in. New Raising Cane's, guys. Yes, that yummy chicken. There's a new Raising Cane's opening on Thursday, October 12th in the Dallas area that is co-branded with Post Malone and the Dallas Cowboys. There's a big star in the parking lot. There's Post Malone shit all over the place. It's going to have a Cowboys star drive through. We got to drive through that star. And Post Malone fan mailbox where all the fans can leave. This is Taylor Swift football right now, right? So I don't fucking like it. I'm sorry. It's Jerry Jones is happy as fuck because he's cashing in, baby. But we ain't cashing in a goddamn Super Bowl in 27 plus years. We ain't cashing in a national to NFC Conference Championship in 27 plus years.
Look, I guess I'm glad that Jerry has something to look forward to. I guess
before his demise. I know he's getting up.
That Whataburger joke I made earlier really came through.
He's Whataburger now. He's getting Raising Cane's chicken. He got the McGriddle with the salt, extra salted right there. Yep. He's a salty old man. Anyways, we'll get back to Jerry Jones soon. Trust me, guys. It's a Jerry Jones special. The Falcons today, NFL news. The Atlanta Falcons agreed to trade for wide receiver from the Rams, Van Jefferson. 2025, it's a pick swap there. Basically, 6th and 7th rounders. They're flipping them. And the Rams, give up Van Jefferson and a 7th rounder. The Falcons give up a 6th rounder. That's what it comes down to for 2025. They're hoping that he plays to his, Atlanta hope he plays to his potential of 2021. Low risk, high reward deal for them. The Jets, they worked out a former Cowboy, baby, former Bengal. One of the hottest names right now in free agency, no joke. Offensive tackle La'el Collins. They worked him out. He tore his ACL last December. It was released from Cincinnati's injury report.
Yeah.
Back in September. Now he's healthy. He's taking visits. He's 30 years old. He has 86 career starts. Most of them at right tackle, of course, some at guard. But also the newest news on him is also he's going to see the neighboring from the Jets to the Giants. So he might be in the on the Giants here. And we might see him the next time we play the Giants if he signs with the Giants, or of course he may stay in New York with the Jets. Those are the two teams he's looking at. La'el Collins, the Jets first tomorrow. It sounds like, or shortly after this visit with the Jets today. The Giants tomorrow or the next upcoming days. So that's a little keeping notes there on where La'el Collins is going. Vikings, they're placing wide receiver Justin Jefferson on injured reserve. He had that hamstring injury he suffered against Kansas City in that loss. The timetable is still to be determined. It's based on how the treatment goes and how he responds to the treatment, but he is out for at the very least 4 games. A big player there, receiver, out 4 games for the Vikings. The Dolphins, their rookie running back, Devon I don't know if I say his name right. Ashani. This guy's burst out of him and Tyreek Hill, the fastest guys last week. Crazy, right? All that speed. But Ashani now is likely to miss at least multiple weeks of football because of a knee injury he suffered in this win against the Giants on Sunday. It's not season-ending. They might be considering him on IR. We'll see what happens with him. James Conner, he ran all over us with the Cardinals, expecting to miss multiple weeks with a knee injury he suffered on Sunday against the Bengals. He's now a candidate, probably going to be placed on injured reserve for the Cardinals. Going to be at least out 4 weeks. Commanders, we're going to play them still. We got to play them twice this year still. Defensive back Jeremy Reeves, first team All-Pro special teams player last year, suffered a partially torn ACL on Thursday. Could miss, probably the expectation is going to miss. Partially torn, it's going to be probably the rest of the season. There's a chance he can still play. Reeves is gathering more medical opinions and options before making a decision on his immediate future. So, big, again, special teams lost like we lost to C.J. Goodwin. They just lost their best guy there as special teams guy. Now, T.J. Watt, edge rusher, one of the best, suffered a badly dislocated finger.
Ooh.
He tore multiple ligaments in his finger in that win over Baltimore. He popped the finger back in, and he kept playing. The injury will not keep him off the field after their bye. So he's going to be back and ready to go. They actually said, and this was, what's the coach for them? I forget, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah.
He said that T.J. Watt may have to have his finger surgically repaired after the season ends. That's how bad this is. He just tore it apart. But Mike Tomlin was asked, how does he feel about this? Mike Tomlin said, quote, he does not care, end quote.
It's a
T.J.
damn
Watt
shame
could have
that
had him on
T.J.
our
Watt
team.
is being wasted on a team that, seems determined to end up not really anywhere important enough to make all of that struggle worth it. That's all I'm going to say.
What we had done with him. Probably wasted that too, unfortunately.
Dude, if we had someone, I'm just saying, if we had someone outside of Micah who
Marinelli
played with even half
him.
that heart, forget it.
Marinelli would have drafted him. Marinelli would have misplayed him. So he didn't even want him. Will McClay wanted him. Anyways, the Lions cornerback Emmanuel Mosley tore his right ACL. This is his first game back from recovering from a torn left ACL. So sad. Tore one ACL, first came back, tore the other ACL. Just so you guys know, obviously he's out for the year, but if you guys know, the ACL count right now, 23.
Shit.
Yeah. A lot of people torn ACLs out
I
there.
joked a few years ago, if you guys were here with us back then, the year of the soft tissue injury, the year of the hamstring. It's the year of the ACL.
It definitely
was so much worse.
Hit us
so
110.
much worse. The severity of these injuries is getting a little bit overwhelming. What the heck is going on in the NFL that these injuries have increased so much this year specifically?
I don't know. The A's and the M's. The ACLs and the MCLs. They're tearing left and right. Not good right now. And again, everyone's losing defensive backs. They're losing some of the star players, so I don't know what the NFL can do about it. We'll have to see. But anyways, that's the NFL report for today. Let's look at the power rankings. Good or bad, guys, even though we're number 1 and 2 on these. I say fuck the power rankings always. The only power ranking that matters is winning the damn Super Bowl.
The thing about that is we're definitely consistent.
Well, for Jerry Jones, all he wants you to do is be competitive. because that means cha-ching for him. We want Super Bowls. So anyways, hey, listen, as far as...
nobody was competing last Sunday, but sure.
Yeah, the Cowboys weren't. So now last week, a lot of the Cowboys placements coming into this game against the Niners, we were ranked 5th by most outlets. I think we had 1/4 out of the major outlets. We were ranked 4th on one. We were ranked 6th on the other. So we were averaging around 5th. 5 is our, we were a top 5 team up to the Niner game. After the Niner game, we've dropped to the bottom of the top 10, right? So we stayed with Sports Illustrated, kept us at 5th. Athletic dropped us 1 to 7th. CBS Sports dropped us 2. Yahoo dropped us 2. USA Today dropped us 4. ESPN dropped us 2. NFL.com dropped us 3. So even Blogging the Boys, this is a Cowboy, centric, biased kind of outlet. They dropped them to 9. That's how bad this loss was for most of the Cowboy fan base. Lower. Yeah, still a top 10 team. Let's hope we can show at least some playoff, effort here and see what we can do. I don't know. Who knows? Listen, I got to say something about this because a lot of people are talking shit about the Cowboys, and I'm in the camp. And when you get your ass kicked 42-10, you just don't talk that much shit. That's just me. Micah Parsons talked a little shit about the fuck Dallas shirt from Kittle, and we talked about that yesterday. Today, Deebo Samuel said this about Micah Parsons, saying that it's a personal situation with Kittle now.
Yeah.
And he said what I said. Quote, it was already personal before the game started. 42-10, I don't think you like to want to see us again. It might be a little worse. So that's what Deebo Samuel's talking shit back to Mike. I can't blame them. They can talk all the shit they want. They kicked our ass, and
we sounded like whiny little bitches.
They had they had the right mindset. This was personal before they stepped in. This was personal when they got the announcement that we're going to play them this week.
Of course, it's personal. It doesn't matter if you just stepped onto the team.
Yeah,
history these teams have. You should. It's really on site.
Micah, he's 2 years late on the personal side of things when it comes to this. Come on, Micah. I love Micah Parsons, but the guy. All this stuff is really bullshit. It doesn't really matter. It's all for nothing. And next week he'll get 2 sacks and 3 sacks, and everyone will forget. But it's still the mindset which shows here. It shows the mindset there, and the way that we are literally rent free, allowing the Niners to live in our heads, and they're kicking our ass on top of it. So look, it was whatever. They deserve to fucking talk shit. I know they have the pride. Well, then show it on the field next time, Mike. And instead of talking about it, he says they got something for him. Deal was like, you don't want to see us again. So we'll see what happens. I hope the Cowboys, if they alter a couple major things before we get to see them again, if we meet them in the playoffs, then I have a little more confidence in this team. But until then, they're gonna beat us again if they don't get that shit fixed.
Yeah, and the way they're playing, they're easily gunning for that first seed.
Oh shit!
Like
them and the Eagles. That's the battle right now.
I just said easily gunning for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They are easily one of the best, if not the best team right now. The Eagles is right up there with them. We are not. That's just the way it is. Now, what else? Dante Whitner, former Niner, after the game was interviewed, and he said, "They said, what do you think about this game? What are the biggest issues for the Cowboys? Why did they lose 42-10?" He said, "Quote, because Dak Prescott sucks. Period. The Niners defense made him look like a tier 4 quarterback." Just remember one thing about this idiot. This is the kind of media stuff that's going on out there. Dak stiff-armed Dante Whitner in the face in 2016. If you remember that, I think it was with Washington maybe in that game. Either way, he stiff-armed. I think that he was stiff-armed by Jesse Holley back in 2012 or something. In that Niner game in San Francisco when Whitner was with them. So Whitner's a salty-ass bitch. And yeah, he was stiff-armed to the ground in that week 2 destruction of Washington, I think it was that season. So just saying, Dak owned him. Now, LaShawn McCoy, of course, he hates the Cowboys. He loves to talk shit about Dak. He said, quote, Dak was ass against the Niners last night. And he said, actually, that's what was said about him as the word on the show. He said, quote, ass. The truth is, he's not even that good. He's saying he's basically shit. Is what LaShawn McCoy is saying on Speak on FS1. I don't watch these shows. I just get these things trickling through. Fuck these idiots. This is the media, the clickbait shit we keep telling you guys about. Whether or not you can say he sucks or he's not that good, we can have a debate about that. But these guys are getting clicks. Keep that in mind. They're dancing on the Cowboy star, even if they're using a player you might love or hate. Keep that in mind on the Cowboy team. Marco Sapien with that 5 on it. What did the man say as he's rocking that top spot? Maybe for 3 weeks now, right? He's keeping that lead on the overall board.
He said, I listed a ton of round 1 to 3 guys that we missed on. There were a ton of later round picks who were so-called steals, like an A. Did Jerry Jones pick them over Will Say-So?
That's a great question. You know what? We're going to ask that to Jerry Jones tonight. That's a great question. I'm curious. Who's moving and shaking back there? Who's really the guy giving him the most trustworthy information that Jerry Jones is taking?
Now, throwing this out there, we have evidence, and we've seen Jerry kind of supersede McClay. You know what I mean? But it doesn't happen very often, even by Jerry standards. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we've seen Marinelli supersede him, right? So, much love, Mark. Appreciate you as always, repping that star of everything out there in Hawaii. So, anyways, when it comes to the situation with Dak Prescott, let me just put it this way. The Cowboys, there's a lot of issues with this offense. Let's just start with that first and foremost. And when it comes to the issues, again, easy target, and he is to blame on a lot of things, Dak Prescott. But let's just talk about everything. We've talked about Dak yesterday till we're blue in the face. Let's talk about some other things that maybe hurt this offense. Right? So, number one, I don't think Dak Prescott trusts Mike McCarthy's full offense fully yet. They said they do, but I don't see it. I don't see the confidence in Dak. He don't look comfortable when he has to go past that second read. That is a big problem if that's something that's going on.
Yeah, he's still having a shit ton of hesitation.
Yeah.
If not more than we've seen before.
And that means he's not ready yet with this offensive scheme. And so that's a big question to ask there. And again, a lot of people are saying, well, you're trying to deflect the blame off of Dak. No. That is where Dak is also to blame. You know why? Because Dak, we know for a fact, him, McCarthy, and others, and I'll go through it in a minute, but they had a lot of input in this offensive scheme, and Dak is included in this. He is partially to blame as well when it comes. If you can blame about the bad passes and the bad decisions and all that stuff, but you can also maybe the scheme's not there for him yet. Maybe it's not a good scheme. I don't know. I'm just trying to throw it out there. But my point is, the biggest thing you could say Dak's issue is that he is actually his hand is fully involved in this scheme building. Dak Prescott, by the way, if people want to cut him, if you wanted to cut him, he would count against the cap $62 million if he's released or if he agrees to a trade with another team. We cannot trade him, of course, guys. Keep that in mind. He said he negotiated a no-trade clause, so he controls the aspect should it become a necessity. And if it does, and Dak agrees, and you see a trade from Dak leaving the Cowboys, we still be on the hook for $62 million unless we take less in trade comp so they can take some of that. We had to give up picks, and then we may have to still eat $30 million of that money. So we'll have to see how that goes. One more year, just in case you're really hot about getting Dak out of here, I would say chill on that. There'll probably be a rework deal, some kind of restructure. We could push the money forward if needed, if this is his last year with the Cowboys. But this is not just on Dak. This is an offensive brain trust issue from top to bottom. And I'm talking about whatever Jerry Jones is involved in, sprinkled in there, who knows? We know he's always meeting with the coaching staff. But it's Dak Prescott, Mike McCarthy, all right, Brian Schottenheimer, right, Scott Tolzien, what's his name from the offensive line guy, Soliari. These are the guys that are creating this offense, and they are fucking failing, and Dak is included in that. There's no Dak love in the world can hide that fact. And my hope was that McCarthy. That's the key here. See, McCarthy's the coach in the end. He's got to make better decisions here overall for this team. He always seems to be governing it from afar. Oh, speaking of never governing from afar, the man Marco Seppian dropping another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it.
Woo! Shout out to you, Mark.
Much
Appreciate
love.
you. He said,
Let me have it.
Everything has to be perfect for Dak to win. Since he's signed 0 Pro Bowls, he's missed 17 games, he's had interceptions in 33 of 38 games, 2 playoff games, and 1 playoff win. Well, again, unfortunate streak of bad luck. Pretty much every single one thing that has been kind of shitty for us, at least from the Dallas side of things, pretty much the minute that we sign somebody or throw money at them in any general direction, guys end up getting hurt or banged up or having situations
some worse years of their career.
Something happens.
Yeah.
So it never feels like we get the full value out of what we're trying to get.
Yeah, and
I am kind of including Trayvon Diggs in this discussion, not because of anything he did, but just because of the fact that we literally just paid him, and then 3 weeks later, he's out for the rest of the year. So,
yeah.
great. Yay. Wonderful. So, Steve always said trading to the Patriots, Dak will go with Zeke, and he'll agree to it. Oh, that cracks me up. So, and then I know Stubby, I kind of said it earlier. He said, I have a ton of blame on two sources, Mike McCarthy and Dak. I mean, unless either one of these guys played defense too. I kind of said it earlier. I'm like, I lost my trust not just in Dak, but in this defense. Right? Like the belief I had in Dak previously, where I was like, I think he's good enough to get it done. A big chunk of that took a hit. But this defense, oh man,
they got to stop that run. And now with injuries, it gets scarier. But that's where it all comes from. Because again, and I'll tell you, I think McCarthy made a comment today. If it's a real comment, it kind of came out. I don't know where it came out from. I really wish it was through Machado, so I know it's real. We're going to get to that in a minute about the offense, but I want to talk about that when we get to it. And it kind of talks about what was said right there. We also got to talk about what Mark Hovsepian said. What's that $2 JERRUH holler? What did he have to say, baby?
We are screwed. Just pay $61 million or just re-sign Dak, who's an okay guy.
I mean, he's an above-average quarterback. He's a franchise quarterback. Franchise quarterbacks get $40 to $45 million nowadays.
Letting him play out
that's what you got
price,
with him.
Yeah, but letting him play out the current price of his contract might also be a potential move. You know what I mean? Like, we can just...
We can push that money forward into some dead cap, but we're going to take bigger hits in the future.
Well, again, I'd rather not push any money forward. It's more a matter of, if we know we're trying to move on from Dak, okay, well, we still technically... I'm just saying, we still have, like, a year or two, so... consider him a nice little insurance plan. Go ahead and spend the capital to bring in somebody to compete alongside Trey Lance or do whatever the heck. I don't care. At this point, the world is your oyster.
Well,
Retro Scotty, have a great night. Take it easy.
Yeah, make sure you check the replay tomorrow, guys, on if you are going to bed now. But let's keep it going here because we got a lot to talk about, and we got to talk to Jerry Jones tonight. So, again, guys... This is a whole team situation here.
Yeah, Dak is a problem. He's not the problem.
McCarthy's situation, guys, I was hoping he would move away from the things that held him back in the Green Bay days. All right? Especially, I'm really focusing on the last couple of years there when things became stale. It seems like they were still stale. He seemed, to me, instead of going away from those things that kind of didn't work with Green Bay, he seemed to lean into the things he was used to do at Green Bay. And that's what got him fired. So... Again, I would say that
you remember when you said that McCarthy got the job by bullshitting?
Yeah, I agree. I still stand by that.
I'm just saying, feels like a very clear sign of bullshitting because you soar up, down, and sideways. Oh, no. I've learned, now. I've improved, I've changed my ways. Okay.
I'm going to say this. When it comes to the offense, I wanted to check something else. Play action real quick. Play action usage. When it comes to Dak Prescott, right now, he's in a spot where he's got bad play action results, but does lots of play action. Now, Dak used to be one of the best in this category, guys, for his career. You don't suck. It's something going on with the scheme that's not fitting this situation on this offense, and this entire offense, not just Dak. So it's something with this. That's why I have McCarthy up, because it's still a McCarthy. Here's why I say it's bad. They're saying the analytics are showing bad. He has a lot of bad play action results, meaning yardage-wise, by still doing a lot of play action. A large share of the Cowboys' play action usage has been either to set up a short, designed, planned throw for 3 yards, 2 yards, or a play that ends in a check down for a couple of yards. Again, that's horrific. You cannot. I mean, that is the issue right now. That play action should be fantastic, but we know. Somehow we're designing plays that are not fitting the play action. When Dak used to do unbelievably fantastic in the play action for his entire career. The Cowboys' early down, first and second down, designed plays overall have been moderately above average by the expectations. But the checkdowns is what's been damaging to these numbers. Herbert, by the way, Justin Herbert, our next opponent, and Dak Prescott are basically the same on this. So if you're thinking about, how is Kellen Moore doing over there? Not doing a lot of bad play action over there with Kellen Moore. So similar situation, Kellen Moore, Mike McCarthy, not an upgrade. That's a shame. That's an issue. So what about other situations on this, baby? What about the wide receiver side of things? All right? Because again, did CeeDee Lamb have any issues? I mean, CeeDee Lamb, the Cowboys' top receiver, 4 games this year with only 4 receptions. But people are already trying to say, why isn't he getting more usage in there? A lot of people are blaming Michael Gallup. And let me explain here for a minute. There's a play that the interception from Dak where it bounced out of Gallup's hands. The receiver, which is Gallup, allowed the cornerback to cross over his face. Dak probably shouldn't have thrown that, but it was way down, 35 at this point, and not to 10. You have to be able to box out the cornerback. Michael Gallup failed there in that interception. Gallup, that contract, I remember I was against that contract from the beginning. I did not like it because the ACL, we don't know how he's going to respond to that. But hey, everyone was like, let's get him. I didn't like it. Cowboys said they got a deal. They did not. At least not right now. So the restructuring of the deal that the Cowboys just did with that also made it worse for us. Now where he's locked in for, I think, another year, right? It's been a while since he has been a league average starting wide receiver for Michael Gallup. Not good there for this offense. We got to see more from him somehow. How people are saying, how long will it take for Jalen Tolbert to get in the starting lineup over Michael Gallup? I'm hearing some angstiness there. Ooh, much love. Traveling Fools in the house. I shouted him out yesterday in that navy blue crew. He's back here saying hello. Much love to you, Traveling Fools.
He said, yo, 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 yo.
Yo, what's up, Traveling Fools? I hope you are doing well. And go Cowboys, brother. It was a bad week for our Cowboys, but we're hanging in there. But I hope everything's good with you. Appreciate you guys being part of the family here at MCF. So, thank you. Traveling Fools in the house. Mark to 99 points. So, anyways, different trajectories for Gallup, kind of on the downside, and Tolbert, I would say, going a little, going towards the upside there, the ceiling. So again, guys, even though that's the case, I still think it's crazy to think that with CeeDee Lamb getting only 4 catches in 4 games or 5 games. I'm sorry, only 4 games to get 4 catches in those games. That's very bad. I mean, he had 1 game with over 4 catches for CeeDee Lamb. But Tolbert is not the answer to this. Like, it's not Tolbert has nothing to do with CeeDee Lamb not getting. CeeDee Lamb's issues is why the offense is not clicking there, and that has to do with the play calling. And Dak missing CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb, by the way, listen to this. He ranks 39th among wide receivers' threat rate. What is the threat rate? The percentage of targets per receiving snaps. So how often do they get targeted when the Cowboys are throwing the ball? And it's not good. 39? That's horrible, guys. And he's a top 10 receiver. You should not be 39th in target ratio here. You know what I'm saying? In the NFL. And what about Michael Gallup? Michael Gallup, when it comes to separation percentage against single coverage, he ranks 75th among 88. 75th among 88 wide receivers when it comes to separating from single coverage. Single coverage, you got to be able to get separation. That's how you get a throw from Dak Prescott.
And let's be honest, Gallup was never like the greatest at this, but the fact that he seems to be progressively moving backwards in that statistic, like what the actual fuck?
That's
because
not good.
Apparently the rest of the team saw Michael Gallup and said, hey, I really like what he's doing. Let me do that.
Well, except for CeeDee Lamb. And the reason I say that, because CeeDee Lamb,
he's on an island all by himself out there.
When it comes to separation percentage against single coverage, again, Michael Gallup, 75th, CeeDee Lamb, 6th. Very good in the NFL, one of the best, separating from his receiver. Why is he only getting 4 receptions in 4 of his 5 games? I don't understand that. That's not right. And then whether Dak missing him,
have to
incorporate him
remind
better.
Our team, hey, don't forget to scheme for your top receiver. Don't forget that.
And remember, who was which McCarthy draft pick this year was his pick? The one I'm asking you, which one was his pick? Do you remember? The one that we all...
Second round, right?
Yeah, who was that?
Schoonmaker.
Luke Schoonmaker, our second round pick so far. Where's Mark Hovsepian? Luke Schoonmaker has 6 targets in 5 games. 1 reception for 1 yard. That 1 yard was a touchdown. He also has 2 drops. That's good. Luke, and some blocking, which is good. That's what we got a second round pick for. Now, that is a wasted fucking pick. If that's the way this guy is projecting. You understand? We're not getting our guys involved here. What's McCarthy's guy? Why isn't he getting Schoonmaker involved, the second rounder? What's going on? We also saw a play, by the way. You remember that other interception by Dak when he threw it and Fred Warner cut in front of CeeDee Lamb and got the pick? It was bad spacing and route. It was bad play design and route spacing. And actually the route run was not at the proper depth by the receivers. or it was a bad play call. Either way, it was horrible. I mean, and you know why I know this? I'm not just saying because I'm apologizing for Dak. Go to Kurt Warner and his study ball analysis. We've used that in the past to criticize Dak. I thought I was going to hear criticism of Dak. I heard Kurt Warner criticizing the play calls and the way we ran. The way we ran again, 2 of his 3 interceptions for Dak. I hate saying it's not Dak's fault, but it is because he shouldn't have thrown it. And Kurt Warner does say that. He says that Dak is at fault, but this is far from him being the main issue here. And that's
I don't think
people
it
don't
takes
want to hear
away.
that.
Like everything we're saying right now does not take away from Dak's crappy performance and his own responsibility and his own fuck ups and mistakes here. But we should be able to hopefully have a bit of a nuanced discussion about what's going on the offense. And it would be childish and stupid to plug your ears, point your finger at Dak, and say, he's the problem, he's the problem.
You fix Dak, we'll win a Super Bowl. That's not going to happen.
Clearly, there's more going on here. But like I said, Dak is not helping himself. He's not playing well. He's not doing great. And supposedly, you pointed this out just a few minutes ago. For a guy who's supposedly more in charge of his own offense than ever, Dak has never looked worse. So, maybe he should leave the offensive scheming and things like that to the Kellen Moores of the world, because apparently it is too much for Dak. He can't think and use his feet and use his arms and
go through his 2 progressions. I mean,
look, all I'm trying to say is that clearly whatever incorporations to the offense that we did does not offset the shitty-ass play calling either.
And here's the thing: it's not just play calling; it's the route. It's the way our receivers space. It's the way they run their routes. Well, I will say, CeeDee Lamb very frustrated with one of the routes. He stopped running. So to me, it's like, come on, it's a group fuck up here. Now, Kurt Warner did a phenomenal job showing the examples, multiple examples of the lack of detail in the Dallas Cowboy offensive scheme and design. He basically said you got to put the players in the best situation to succeed, and this offense is not doing that nearly enough on offense. And without that, you really can't expect more from Dak Prescott. And I hate to say it, he's a top 10 quarterback, maybe 10th, maybe a little less. But either way, to me, he's a top 10 still in any kind of, I don't know. I thought there was a better system for him. And I also thought that McCarthy would do a lot better when it came to the architecture of this fucking offense in the scheme. Jerry Jones, not now, he spoke, this was in the past, he said that he wants Dak Prescott, the coaching staff wants Dak Prescott to make at most 2 reads. And that's the problem right now. The way this is constructed, it doesn't work. You can't. The scheme issue, this is a scheme issue by McCarthy, and its current setup has hampered what any quarterback could possibly do. Even the best quarterbacks will have trouble in this scheme. Some will do better than Dak. Some will do worse. But every quarterback will have problems in this shitty fucking scheme.
By the way, guys, instead of having 3-5 progressions, sorry, you only have 2. Best we can do. Make it happen.
And I think that's good, except for the fact that what are we doing with the play call, with the scheme? Where are the players going? What are we trying to develop? It's not working. Or it's being figured out. Whatever it is, it's bad. When you look at Shanahan and the Niners, contrast their details to our details. See the coaching thing now? He makes sure to get the details correct on a weekly fucking basis. McCarthy's sloppy like he's eating a Whataburger. So, just saying, this is a little bit upsetting when you look at these things. I have one little quick positive in a minute, but first, we got Marco Sepien with the
2
5.
back-to-back $5
I only saw one go through.
The second one will probably come through while I'm reading the first comment.
Much love, Mark. Sepien in the house.
So Mark said with the first one, our team was good last year, and I said our first 2 picks had to contribute. I don't mean 15 sacks, but Mozzie and Schoon had been no-shows. Where's the draft?
We're going to ask Jerry Jones that question. Trust me, that's on my mind. I'm ready to hear it.
And there's that second $5 holler. Mr. Marco Sepien saying, Nick Wright said exactly what I've been saying. Instead of a B-tier quarterback like Dak, get a C-tier quarterback, and with that saved money, go get a bunch of proven players, because Dak's not working.
You know what the problem is with that, though? And we all know that could possibly work if the Cowboys want to do that. It's about the failure that would look on the front office. You say it with me, guys. The clown show.
Honk, honk.
And unfortunately, they will not say we were wrong. They will go to the end, probably with McCarthy, possibly with McCarthy. I think definitely with Dak, even if there's a way of getting out of his contract. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But you can make more room. You can do that. You can get again. But imagine what a lesser. Let me just ask a question, everybody. Imagine a lesser quarterback in this scheme. You're talking about losing every game. We're 0-5 right now.
Yeah.
So, we're 3-2 right now. Probably going to make the playoffs. So that's how much of a difference Dak makes than someone less than Dak. Now, getting someone better than Dak, they're going to look a little better. They're not going to win the Super Bowl, though, because of the scheme right now ain't it. And maybe partially it is it. You gotta add more shit. You gotta modernize this shit. So if McCarthy can't do that, won't do that, whatever, it's not going to be a positive ending to the season for us. And that means getting bounced from the playoffs if we make the playoffs, in my humble opinion. Much love, Mark. Hosepian in the house with the back-to-backs, like he's got back-to-back sponsor of the week. Now, I will say there's a good thing here, baby. I'm going to say all offense today, basically. But Tyler Smith, currently PFF's highest graded run blocker among all centers and guards, interior offensive linemen in the NFL. 91.9, that's elite every week, 3 weeks in a row. He's also the only player to have grades above 80 for both zone and gap runs blocking. So just a run blocking master out there in the NFL. Right now, the best center or guard in the NFL when it comes to run blocking is this guy, number 73, Tyler Smith. Unbelievable. Well, let's look at pass blocking. And listen, Tyron Smith did the best, 74 rating for him. You have offensive lineman. Tyler Smith was next with 52. Not great on the pass blocking side for Tyler Smith in this game. Biotish next there with 45. Not good. Chuma Edoga for 24. But this is the one that kills me, baby. Terrence Steele. He had an 8.4. That's a failure grade. 8.4 in pass blocking. And you brought up the fact that you've seen issues with Terrence Steele this year after the ACL, the double tear. And, he started off his career kind of looking a little bit like this. What's up with the 8.4 PFF grade? That's a failure with a capital fuck.
Yeah. And again, we all kind of looked at that first week 1 game as like, okay, you see anything weird? It might have been the weather. We're just getting used to things or whatever. Guys, we're in week 6 now. Terrence Steele has been looking consistently worse as the weeks have gone on. And as the rest of our O-line gets healthier, he seems to be falling apart a little bit.
Another guy who I said, just like Michael Gallup, I wouldn't pay him yet. I want to see him under a year. We paid him. But now we're going to keep him. And now we got him. So that's another move. The back-to-back moves, torn ACLs, extensions. Because they're Cowboy guys. That is the show of clown right there, guys. Plain and simple. It's the clown show because they got it. They can't lose face. It's their move. Their guys. They want to say, hey, look what we found. Look what we did. Instead of, hey, let's win by any means necessary.
The thing that cracks me up about that is, again, contrast some of these statements are making as some of the ways that the Cowboys feel. And remember that when we bring up CeeDee Lamb later. Back to you, babe. That's all.
We will. By the way, just so you know why Terrence Steele was the pass blocking grade of 8.4, he allowed in this game against the Niners, he allowed 8 pressures on his own. And he allowed 3 quarterback hits. Not much that can do on that when Terrence Steele is blowing the right side up and getting blown out by, unfortunately, Nick Bosa most of the time. Now, McCarthy did speak on things, baby. And I know you have the full quote, but he spoke, and I'm assuming this was yesterday. He didn't speak today, but this interesting quote came out from John Machado. And baby, why don't you read the whole full text, the whole context of this quote? This is it's about our offense and why we need the defense to do. And basically, it's what I've been saying for the entire season so far. The defense, it starts and ends with the defense. If they falter, the offense is going to falter too. What did McCarthy say about a defense leading the way here? And he's kind of, to my feeling, it's almost like he's pushing the responsibility off of him. You know what I mean? It feels like he's pushing the responsibility off of him and onto the defense. It feels like that. Maybe what did McCarthy say?
I like a lot of things that we've done outside of Sunday night offensively. Outside of the red zone, we definitely hit the mark. When we started this offensive approach back in April, I just think it's a matter of who do you want to be and who do you think you are? I coached a team for a lot of years that was offensive driven, but this team is about defense. Let's make no bones about it. That's not a slight against the offense. We want to score as many points as everybody, and we're not playing to lose. Don't mix the message here. But we play to our defense. That's the strength of our team. And by doing that, the time of possession, taking care of the football, those are 2 things that I thought were improvements from past years the first month. Clearly, it was not.
Again, not against the Niners.
It was not enough against the Niners.
Yeah, so listen, I'm as open as anyone when it comes to McCarthy's Texas Coast, West Coast thing. I like it. I thought it was a good idea, but he's definitely not innovative about it. And again, the objectives he describes in this paragraph, you heard MCW here read of McCarthy. The options here are poor substitutes for for not having an efficient scoring offense. You know what helps a defense? A lot. An offense that can score points. You know what I mean? Like an offense that scores points, it helps the defense. It takes the pressure off it puts pressure on the opposing offense. And then now you take, the defense can really attack a lot better now, right? When you score some points on offense. So again, we always say we should get those points, but the whole thing right now, the way this offense is built and the way this team is built, McCarthy said what I've been saying I thought he was trying to do, right or wrong. I'm just saying that's what I thought. He said it. He confirmed it to me with this comment. And I do think that the offense, it all hangs on the offense hangs on the defense. The defense has to be successful, but I still believe you got to be more successful in offense. You just can't get by because when shit hits the fan and you need a game when you need the offense to get a couple of touchdowns, you're going to be, suffering. You're going to be in big trouble. And it looked like that against the Cardinals, and it looked like that against the Niners. And be honest about that. So, any quick thoughts before we, hear from, we'll say one Jerry Jones. How about that first? Part 1 of Jerry Jones. And we'll get to JERRUH Jones in a little bit. But, baby, any quick comments before we shift gears here to the Jerry Jones portion of the show?
Let me see here. Cactus, you said 1 sack, and I'd put a tight end next to him. Rolling back.
When it comes to the Terrence Steele?
Yeah, and Cactus G also saying that we've done nothing on offense all season. Again, even the things that we have done, clearly, now that we have more evidence and more numbers, it was not so much a fluke as it was us just taking advantage of really bad teams and really shitty situations, right? Let me see here. Stubby1085 says, CeeDee Lamb doesn't have a quarterback.
Damn.
So, hey.
He did miss him a couple of times.
Right now, if CeeDee Lamb is up for money and that's what Dak's giving him, I can see him turning around with some that ain't my quarterback stuff. Let me see here. Mike Aldana said, no one actually pays attention to those clowns from BSPN.
Yeah, not us here. Not us here. We might touch on a topic they bring up, and we don't mess with that here.
So, no, I'm just kind of rolling back here. Stubby did ask, do you all really think that Dak is leading us to a Super Bowl?
Again, I don't know if leading is the right word. I think he can help us get to a Super Bowl and win one. I do believe that. I still believe that. I just don't know if, it's going to happen with McCarthy, with the Joneses. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I think it can happen.
Yeah, the potential is there.
It's there, for sure. By the way, potential is there for Jason Renfro. He's now in first place on the Cash App board. Woo. He dropped $1 holler. And he's third place on this overall board right now. Much love to Jason Renfro, currently leading in the Cash App side. So, baby, I'm going to hand it off to you because Jerry Jones today had some, not from our interview. Our interview is coming right now here in about 15 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. But Jerry Jones had a couple of things to say. Doubling down on this team, he has hope, he has feelings, he has faith in this team being successful this year. Well, let's hear the spin zone here of Jerry Jones before we get to the Jerry Jones interview here on MyCowboysFamily, live with the family.
So as far as the loss, Jerry said, very, very disappointed because we do and can play better. So, well, I guess if you think so, Jerry.
I mean, we can obviously play better, but against a good team, can we do better than that? Because that was embarrassing. Let's be honest.
So, just signing in there. Saying that, quote, I'm not panicked, but the gap is when something tells you what it is, don't try to dream that it's something else.
Really, Jerry?
What I'm trying to say is we can do better, and that's what we did out there Sunday night. That's a given. We can do better. We have the potential to do better. We have the preparation to do better. We just didn't do it all to be trite about it Sunday night.
I know we didn't. You know who did do it here? Mr. Mark Hovsepian, 2 weeks in a row. He's got a lead for that 3, Pete. He dropped that 5 on it. What did the man say? He's back to 100 points, fully loaded on the stream, boss?
He said, I remember you saying we needed speed to stretch the field, and I agree.
Yeah.
We got Cooks, yet the scheme is for quick throws. It makes no sense.
It's no
identity on this team.
It's about the yak, right? The yards after the catch. yards after reception. You know what I'm saying? That's what McCarthy kind of wanted to do. But I think you can do that and still, tell me if I'm wrong, by the way, Jason Renfro in third place, Calvin Richard in second, and Marco Seppian in first. But I want Mark, am I wrong to say that we can't do both? Like, I don't have a problem trying to throw those quick slants and those quick moves and plays. Can we do that and also stretch the field with maybe a longer play, developing play? You give us a little Kellen Moore back there, a little bit, just a trickle of some Kellen Moore-isms, because we're not doing any of that. Zero, zilch. We had 2 passes over 20 yards. I mean, come on. It was horrible. I think 2 weeks ago. Last week it was like 5, and 2 of them were picked. So it's not working. Whatever it is, it's vanilla West Coast offense, it feels like, from Mike McCarthy. Now, baby, continue what you're saying there about Jerry Jones. I know he was discussing about the fact that, we can do better. We potentially do better. The preparation has to be better. Mm-hmm. And that's on Mike McCarthy, by the way, the preparation part. And they didn't do anything on Sunday night, is what Jerry Jones said. He also talked about the quarterback, Dak Prescott.
Did. He kind of volunteered it himself. He said, do we have the quarterback? Let me be very affirmative. I completely believe that we have the quarterback that can take us to where we want to go. Do we have the coaching staff on both sides of the ball? We certainly do. Did Sunday reflect that? No.
No shit.
And if it did, then which I am actually a slight believer.
It reflected.
Like, Jerry's trying to obviously
it reflected
make
that,
himself believe that this team is not
that night,
performance.
Last night, 2 nights ago, it did reflect that. That's what we played out there. That's the way we played. So but he continued, I think, talking about the situation against the Niners, and what else did he say?
So he had it in there that we should recognize that we had a very bad outing, and San Francisco had a very good outing.
No shit.
But as far as sitting here saying, we should completely change, out the towels here, that's not even in the cards, and it's really ridiculous.
I know.
By change out the towels, I think he means
switch out. Yeah, switch out. I think coaches or players. No, I think that's what he may be meaning there. No.
I guess.
I mean, again, after that he was asked about maybe giving the play calling duties to Brian Schottenheimer, the offensive coordinator. What did Jerry Jones say about that?
He said no. In any way, no.
So that means Mike McCarthy staying in as a play caller. Okay, we got that now. What else did he have to say about this run at the number 6 and beyond, I hope?
Well, Jerry added in there, the results are very obvious. We haven't won a Super Bowl. We've had good games over the years, and we've had some bad games. Do you know any team that hasn't had that happen to them? Now, consequently, I will say that we haven't gotten our big years when we should have. We've been real close a few times and haven't gotten our big years. Dak Prescott is a quarterback that can get us to the Super Bowl. That's the way that's going to be. We have other quarterbacks on that roster and players that certainly are capable if something should happen to Dak. But I want to be real clear. Dak is very capable of taking this team where we want it to go.
What do you think about them apples, baby? He's all in on Dak, at least verbally. And unless something happens to Dak, we got quarterbacks on this team, he said. So what do you think?
No, I mean, honestly, what else was he expected to say?
All right.
No, I'm just saying, I think he did a good job of kind of towing the company line, so to speak.
So feeding us the info in his Jerry Jones way. Got it.
Definitely feels very, again, it was just so oddly specific. It's like, you had to know for some of those things. Anyway, that's all.
So he moved on from Dak, I think, and then kind of talked about the CeeDee Lamb outburst, I guess you can say. Not outburst, but the frustration of CeeDee Lamb.
Yeah, you guys remember McCarthy, ended up having more of a private one-on-one chat with him.
Yeah.
And, lots of soothing the fifis here.
Yeah, I mean,
but in this case, it might have been rightfully so.
I mean, I 105 through the fan, which he was interview, they asked him if he wants to see Pro Bowl wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, who we got guys is up for the extension, they tagged or whatever it may be next year, to get more opportunities. Again, guys, like I said, 4 catches or less in 4 out of the 5 games. Not many targets for CeeDee Lamb. So obviously, we want to see more effort to get the ball to him, right? To CeeDee Lamb. I mean, I'm assuming so, right? So what did Jerry Jones say about getting the ball more to CeeDee Lamb?
So he said, I don't know about that. What I want to see is the ball spread around to several receivers and tight ends.
Yeah, he actually included in there, he said, I want to see the tight end catch the ball more. Like, that was his straight-up answer to this question. CeeDee Lamb is due for a contract. He's due for a contract. This is the money games that the Jones and the clown shows do. CeeDee Lamb is due for a contract extension. He has only 4 receptions in 4 of his 5 games this year. Jerry Jones playing the Jerry Jones games for what? Just to let a great player go? He gave an 88 to him. I don't think he's going to let CeeDee Lamb go, but he's playing money games with CeeDee Lamb, keeping him at lesser targets and opportunities to what? Pay him less? It makes no sense to me. I don't know. I don't know. That's Jerry Jones saying this, not us. That was Jerry Jones' comment there. He wants the ball going to other guys. You don't have to see it going to CeeDee Lamb constantly because he knows goes to CeeDee Lamb, guess what happens? CeeDee Lamb wants more money, baby. He wants to get, hey, I'm solidified statistically a top 5 or top 3 or whatever wide receiver. Now you're a top 10. You take a couple $1 million less a year. He's not very happy with the offense, with Dak, with the McCarthy, with Jerry. It doesn't seem that that's going to help with that comment. I don't know. It just felt like Jerry Jones didn't have to. What do you think about that? Was he towing the line there?
I mean,
on CeeDee Lamb?
If you by towing the line, you mean just, habitually line stepping all over said line, and then yes, possibly, maybe a little bit. Oh, kind of joking there, but yeah, I guess I like I said, it just caught me off guard because, especially off of Jerry's previous comments from Dak, like very supportive, very just generally optimistic and positive, even I'm just saying, like even smoothly kind of gliding over some other stuff. So it's like this is the sticking point here. But like you could kind of point it out, pretty much every other guy that Jerry's brought up, they already got their big payday. But
he's also done this. He's done this to guys.
I know, but he's done this to the last guy left.
He did it to Amari Cooper. He should see this coming. He did this to Amari Cooper. We had those targets spread around, so Amari couldn't get a bigger contract, and he looked bad. You know what I mean? Marco Seppian with that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on it.
Woo.
What did the man say? Leading the way.
Shout out to you, Mark. He said, "Oh, sorry, it was
It was Mark.
There it goes. Yeah, so there it is. 100% BS. I'm so sick of this a-hole. I guess he has to be nice because of $61 million due. The only great thing about our loss was Jerry Jones' look on his face.
I mean,
clowns.
Yeah, I want to see the makeup on there, the clown makeup. We're gonna talk to Jerry Jones in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna run our last quote here from old JERRUH. But man, Jerry Jones, this was earlier today. You're going to get the late night Jerry Jones tonight. This is going to be the after dark Jerry Jones, I think. Lost in Translation podcast, chopping off 10 on the Marco Seppian stream boss. That puts Mark to 90, DeMarcus Lawrence style. Lost in Translation podcast, second place on the overall board. What did they say?
Lost in Translation said, this team has a discipline problem.
A what? Discipline?
Yeah. Discipline problem. They're not staying focused. We're lining up off sides, false starts, and questionable play calling. Top to bottom, we have an attitude problem.
Shit, I agree. And I think we're back. Sorry, guys. We might have lost you for a second. If we did, make sure you stay tuned. We're going to have Jerry Jones here live with My Cowboys Family. I think we're good, right? Yep, yeah. We're good. All right, we're back on. All right, so you know how that goes here, guys. You know how that goes with the internet connection. Sometimes they like to reset it when it's late in the night, early morning, I guess you can say, at this point on the East Coast. So, yes, excuse me. I agree the discipline is horrible, lost in translation, the false starts, but the offsides on the defense, the cadence change by the Cardinals and the Niners caused an issue with our pass rush with penalties or slowing us down even a tenth of a second made a difference. You got to give it up to the Cardinals. I got to give it up to my brother. His team.
Shout out to you, establish the pass. Yeah, I saw your comment there. I know you're kind of taking it back and editing
Charlie,
it, but yeah,
right? In the house.
Yeah,
yes.
Huge shout out to him, guys. Make sure to go
sub it up.
Show him some love. Sub it up to him. Check him out. But yeah, whatever West Coast offense McCarthy brought out, like, did he have it on microfilm or something? Like, did he, take the film to be developed over at his local Walgreens or something? Like this, man, I'm just saying, like whole generations of kids here. Like this, could own a house, has kids, like heck, probably grandkids at this point. That's how old this offense is. But anyway, I'll try to hold off on that. But yeah, even I was unpleasantly surprised to see what it was that Mike McCarthy had in mind when he thought West Coast and Texas toast.
Yeah, I don't know. I think he was thinking of McDonald's dollar menu.
Yeah, maybe he was just getting his dinner confused with his offense. Shout out to Marco Seppian with the $2 holler.
Yeah.
He said, Jerry Jones could step in a shit river and say it's bubblegum. Oh, sorry, bubble bath. I feel like bubblegum sounded even weirder there.
That'd be weird.
My bad, but yes, Jerry would probably try to sell it to us as like a new cologne. Ode to Cowboys.
Well, we have another game coming up against the Chargers, right? Ode to the Cowboys here. Ode to Jerry.
And obviously this game also has its own heaviness, its own weight that's coming with it, right?
Yeah, Jerry's going to speak on it. But actually, let me just touch on it real quick when it comes to the Chargers. And by the way, you can call them, I don't know, baby, do you know what these are right here? When it comes to the Chargers? A Hello Kitty?
Hello Kitty?
Yeah, a little kitty-ish there for them. But the Lames, LA, I like the 0% charge. That's my favorite one. So, anyways.
Hello Kitty one is cute.
Yeah. Again, you don't want cute associated with football, which that means it works.
Nah.
And again, you have the emojis in the chat, guys. When it comes to the Chargers, just really a couple of quick things. Here's that sneak peek we're going to take before we finish with Jerry Jones's last comment. And then we're going to talk to Jerry Jones live here on MCF. So stay tuned for that. But you can get downhill on this Chargers team on defense. You can get down there and really attack. But you got to get the offense, again, obviously back on track moving the ball down the field. Did not do enough of that on our side of things. The Chargers defense can definitely be beaten. It's not like the Niners. So we can definitely have a chance to attack this Charger defense. Play action, we talked about how it's been failing. We got to improve that because play action right now would aid in keeping guys like Bosa off of the offensive line and Mack on the other side. By the way, Joey Bosa, probably a vet day for him. He was not spotted at the Chargers practice, although this was off their bye week. They had a bye week, so they had 2 weeks to prepare for the Dallas Cowboys. Austin Eckler, major part of their running game, at practice, back from his injury there, but working to the sideline with the rehab staff. And Justin Herbert, remember, he didn't, of course, he was not in the Charger game this week, but before that, he got his finger injured. Remember, he cracked his finger. I think he hurt his finger or cut his finger. He was wearing a glove on his left hand. First time seeing him on this, since the injury, on that middle finger of his non-throwing hand. Again, they had a bye last week. Herbert is on the field and appears that him and Austin Eckler, running back, will be back this week for the Chargers in time to play us. So, again, we're going to have a full blast. I just want to say Herbert, Justin Herbert, he will make some incredible throws every week. But is that going to be enough to keep the Chargers in the game? Again, a balanced offensive attack is what they're lacking. You remember who's running this offense? Kellen Moore. They're not balanced on offense. This makes sense to me when you're seeing the Kellen Moore flavor in there.
Yeah, we remember his tendency.
Yeah. So, again, they're hoping that maybe Austin Eckler's the reason why it's not working. Trust me, it's not. It's Kellen Moore. But he's back from the ankle injury. He should be back on the field against us. The Chargers running game has had 2 strong games and 2 shitty games. And their defense, again, the defensive scheme against them is what made the difference, it seems like. Maybe the better defenses slowed them down. So hopefully we'll be able to slow them down, but we haven't slowed down any teams in our 2 losses. 222 to the Cardinals and 170 to the Niners. That's a failure. So we got to slow down their running game. And again, the Chargers don't have to have a top 10 rushing attack. They just have to be good enough at the run game against us that will open up room for Justin Herbert and the Chargers playmakers to air out the ball. They'll be having us on our heels if they can run the ball, is my point. Now, what about Wanye Thomas? Can he give problems to Herbert or maybe adding him to the mix? Again, we're having some coverage issues. Wanye Thomas, number 30, can he help out? Listen, so far, he's had 50 coverage snaps against passing plays. Only 4 targets at him, which means he was covering well. 1 incompletion out of those 4 targets. 1 reception allowed. And he had the other 2 were pass breakups. No touchdowns allowed. Small sample size. Still very good. Passer rating allowed when he was targeted, 42.4%. That's it. So maybe more snaps for Wanye Thomas. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Now, as far as the other side of the field for their defense against our offense, their cornerbacks have some issues in the sense that they traded J.C. Jackson recently last week to the Patriots. And they added Sang Bassi to the roster. He has 32 games of experience, but he's brand new to the team. He had 4 starts total for the Broncos. We're going to take a look at this little matchup thing later in the week. Can we attack them? If our scheme can expand a little bit, we can possibly attack this team down the field, but are we going to attack down the field? That's the Cowboy question. The main focus in their group of cornerbacks is Asante Samuel Jr., which is a guy I wish we would have drafted that draft instead of Kelvin Joseph, Michael Davis, and Jasir Taylor. This is a unit that's going to be starting from here on out for them. So that's that's going to be our guy here. Our 3 targets. No J.C. Jackson, but these other 3 will be the starters. We can probably help if we get schemed right. We can maybe attack them a little bit, but again, now in the next couple of months, they're going to be facing a lot of decent to above average to very good quarterbacks like Dak, Mahomes, Allen, Lamar Jackson, Goff. So they're going to be tested for sure. We're the first true test now when it comes to Dak at the helm in our offense. We got maybe test that trio of cornerbacks this upcoming week, right? So we'll see what happens. But baby, before we bring in Jerry Jones, what did Jerry Jones say about this upcoming game against the L.A. Lames? The L.A. Chargers suck it out here. What do you call it? The zero charge. What did he say? What did Jerry say about the Charger game coming up here? Again, this is Tuesday on 105 through the Fan, and he said that the Niner game was a bad night, but it doesn't mean it's going to be a bad season. Let's hear the full context of old Jerry.
My point to you is that I feel as good about the quality of players, feel as good about their resolve as a team, about their resolve individually. And we've got to get out of here, and we'll prepare for the Chargers. And we will use what happened against San Francisco to be a better team when we go on the field against the Chargers.
Well, I better see it. There, old Jerry.
Honestly, we kind of have to be, because at this point...
Now, let me hit up a couple comments. I'm going to see if I can get Jerry Jones up here live with us right now, and hit up a couple quick comments before we get this thing going to our grand finale here.
Yeah, and before I do hit up the comments, I do want to take a second here to shout out absolutely everybody here. Yeah. Chilling, hanging in the chat. We really can't do this without you all. Appreciate you, of course.
The king of the Cash App, Snug X, 9 weeks in a row. Much love to Marco Sepien, sponsor of the week, back-to-back 2 weeks in a row in first place, and 92 points in the Stream Boss. Much love to those guys. The gifting championship, that goes to Skeptical Fan, and much love to him. No one there leading the way right now. The Cash App leader, Jason Renfro, and the overall leader is Marco Sepien. I just want to make sure I shout everyone out. Everyone hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and we're about to kick off the Jerry Jones segment of the show, where he's here live with us. And hey, I want you guys to know also, you catch our eye, whatever it may be, we'll probably hit up a couple comments in the chat and ask Jerry Jones about that. Try to keep it on topic, and we'll try to hit up at least a comment or two in the chat. So hit up a couple comments, my love, and let me call Jerry Jones and set it up here.
Well, Amazing Game said, somebody slap Jerry Jones, please.
You get a chance to ask him a question, guys, here in a couple of minutes.
Grimbot said, typical blinker speech. Alexander Moreno, by the way, huge shout out to Voodoo Alpha. I did see your messages to me earlier in the day. Didn't get the chance to respond, but he said, I'm not over the 49ers because no matter what happens, unless some bad injuries happen to them, they're going to have to give us a little puppet American me style type of birthday again and again. So, hey, again, the whole 49ers thing is still hard for me to get over.
Yeah.
So
we're going to get over it now because we're going to bring in a special guest here.
Well, let me kind of roll back here a little bit more. By the way, Cassie Stewart, I know it's been so rough. It's only been 2-3 days. Oh, kind of rolling back a little bit here more. Cactus G. Mike Aldana, what's up? Who, by the way, said, Micah, let's talk more action. And again, Micah is very much usually the one to let his actions do all the talking for him, for the most part. But this time, this last time, he did feel the need to say something.
I'm going to have to interrupt you whenever we get Jerry on the phone, all right?
No, of course. I mean, it's good on my side. I'm just trying to make sure I hit up the chat here.
Shout-outs and...
I did.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know.
That. No, I'm just saying, I did the little shout-outs there. So, Drums and Cowboys said, we're about to hit the tough part of our schedule, which means we better correct our issues, or we can end up at 9-8 based on the debacle on Sunday.
That would not be good.
I thought things couldn't really get worse, and then I remembered, I'm like, oh wait, there's still lots of room between can they get worse, and are they even good? So, hopefully we can go ahead and get that all straightened out before there's any other kind of debacles. So, let's see here. MH said, Jerry had 160 million reasons to double down on Dak. Yeah, no, and again, the thing about Dak is that it would be so much easier if he just outright really, really sucked. Right? How much easier is it to be able to say no or just kind of ignore it or not really pay much attention to it or whatever? Irrelevant. But that's just not the case. So, I'm just trying to read here a little bit more. We touched on most of those comments there. And yes, guys, by the way, a quick reminder outside of our usual stuff, don't forget we will be out of town right after the bye week for that Rams game. So can't wait, but it is the only week you will not have a regularly scheduled, live stream and stuff like that. So I just want to give people the heads up as of now, and I'll probably mention it a few times until the big day, just so that, we're all on the same page.
Oh, yeah, we'll be leading up to that. Don't worry. We'll be talking a lot about that game.
There you go. Amazing games. Thank you for the West Coast love. Appreciate that. Let me see. Correct issues. Mike McCarthy said today he isn't changing his scheme. That is the biggest issue. 1980 scheme in 2023 will not work.
We talked about that last night in detail, right? About that issue with the outdatedness of McCarthy's stale scheme. Can't have that happen.
So, let me see here. And, of course, amazing games. You already know. I'm just kind of rolling back a little bit here. Just making sure I touched on most of the comments.
I hope Jerry didn't fall asleep.
The real unfortunate part is the fact that we know the second half of the schedule is tougher than the first half. So, just makes it even more unfortunate there. No, I think so we pretty much hit on most of those previous comments there. And Established the Past said, correct issues. Mike McCarthy said he hasn't changed his scheme, and then he basically doubled down on it today. Now, what Mike McCarthy says and what's actually done is two different things, I will admit.
Well, we got something to talk about now, baby, because we got a special guest here. Let's see who it is.
Call from JERRUH Jones.
Welcome. We got Jerry Jones live with us, guys, here on MyCowboysFamily.
Hey, thanks for having me tonight.
Oh, hey, no problem. Thank you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule, Jerry. We know you're busy. We know you're tired. Look at your eyes. Man, what are we going to do this season, Jerry? What are we going to do, Jerry?
I can take some questions. Let's not make it too long because I got a hooker waiting for me.
All right.
Malik hates it when I'm late.
Malik Hooker. I was just about to ask, Malik Hooker? All right, just making sure. We definitely will not keep you from meeting with Malik Hooker, your personal there, hooker that works for your company.
I mean, we have to start with the loss, of course.
Yeah.
Just I know you already said your thoughts, but now it's just us here. Give us a real way you're feeling after that Sunday performance.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a close game. We only lost 4-10. Oh shit, 42-10. We got shit on. That explains why my eyes are red. Must be the pink eye. Well, you remember that picture of that bus where Dak's driving?
Sorry, they didn't hear. They didn't hear me ask the question. I was asking about the Dak Prescott situation. Sorry. Yes, you were saying about the bus driver.
Yep, he's a bus driver. He was driving the prison bus to Levi Stadium. He dropped the ball many times, and by ball, I mean soap. We got screwed.
Literally, we got screwed in this game. What happened with the refs in this game?
Oh, I'll tell you about the refs here. I tried my best to pay off the refs. All of them took the money, which explains most of the missed calls.
Yeah, I agree. But we both had 6 penalties. It's ours cost us in a major way. So you didn't pay those refs enough.
Well, hold on now. Here's my method. I told him I'd give him $100 and more later, but I actually gave him $10. The refs who caught the trick were not blind. That explains most of the missed calls on our players. That's how you tell if they're blind or not.
I mean,
so
you're a little blind too, Jerry.
Oh,
some of those penalties are really obvious on our Cowboys, unfortunately, on offense defense.
Were we blinded with some of the excitement that we had over some of our off-season moves, right? Because we were actually with you, Jerry. We have to be honest. We were happy with some of the moves you made, but now we're 5-6 weeks into the season. They're looking like real stinkers.
And what's going on with Cooks and Gilmore and the draft? We're going to focus on the draft a little bit, too. Tell us some about that.
I can tell you most of those draft picks that are busts were all Will McClay's fault. All the good ones we hit on, well, that was me.
I was going to ask you, who makes those decisions in the end? Like, do you listen to one person over another to make your draft board and your draft calls?
Most of the time, I just put all the blame on McClay, but, when we hit out the park, like on Parsons, I was banging the table for him. But then you get something like McCarthy, who picked Schoonmaker, or like Shitmaker.
Why did you listen to McCarthy on that one? In the second round, that was Cyrus Torrance, an offensive lineman. Come on.
Well, he just waved that Super Bowl ring in my face, and he said, "Get rid of Kellen Moore." He said, I'll show you right to the Super Bowl.
So he blinded you with his ring.
Yeah.
I think he was more focused on his Whataburger order than calling the correct plays.
He is a big guy, but you eat a lot of unhealthy stuff there, Jerry. McDonald's, McGriddles with salt. I mean,
yeah, I like that cheap wine from 7-Eleven too.
You can't drive when you're drinking that now. You got to be calm now, Jerry.
About Dez in the shower?
That's why I have my son drive me around.
So no more accidents. What about? That's a good question. MCW has a good one.
Yeah, you still
every day.
Dez in the shower every day.
I even video chat with them.
While you're in the shower?
In the shower. At night.
Wow. Well, Jerry, I think you got to get more hobbies, man.
What about, is McCarthy in the hot seat?
I thought I was going to ask. Yeah. Mike McCarthy in this offense, man. What's up with the play calls?
Well, I can tell you one thing. He spends more time looking at the cheerleaders than the playbook. But his playbook is really a Playboy magazine, and we all know Kellen Moore had a Playgirl magazine.
Oh, Jerry, Kellen Moore is like your son. We're going to play the Chargers this week. How do you feel about that?
Hold on. I need a second. My son entered the office. Steven. Damn it, son. I'm in a meeting. I don't know what those bumps are down. Pull your pants up, son. I'm not a doctor.
Hey, Jerry.
You need to stop seeing those women downtown on the street corner. Now get out and close my door.
What do you think about Stephen Jones taking over when you pass away?
Well, I'll tell you what. Y'all better pray. Get on your knees and pray, because we're gonna need a miracle with my son taking over.
Oh no, no. Oh my goodness.
You see, he almost let Tank walk on that contract. He had to run to Daddy, and Daddy Jones had to negotiate and give him some more money.
So you saved the day. What happened? You saved the day with that, and your son's fucking everything up. Pardon my French. Sorry, Jerry. But yeah, your son's fucking things up. Come on, you gotta fix this.
The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, that's for sure.
All right, now what about CeeDee Lamb getting pissed off? Like, what? You got to pay this guy. You're telling him don't throw the ball to him.
Yeah, like, do you not have intentions of paying him?
Well, that's the master plan. Is when it's contract time, you need to stop giving the ball to your star receivers, because then they're going to ask for more money when it's contract time. You're going to start seeing lower production from Parsons here when we got to pay him. He's going to want defensive end money, but I'm going to start paying him linebacker money.
He's going to have to. He's got to play. Yeah, that's why he's playing linebacker now, isn't he? He's going back to linebacker. That's why you didn't have a lot of linebackers on the team. I get it now. Shit.
That's why he's kind of upset about that 49er game.
Yeah, now he's got to play linebacker because we lost fucking LVE now.
Yeah,
man, that was your game. That was your plan.
McCarthy right there,
and
staring at that Playboy magazine.
What about Dan Quinn? He messed that up. He had another bad game.
You know, I think I need to get him some binoculars, because I don't see how he's way up in that booth and he can see all the players down there. I think he's more playing on that iPhone. I don't know what he's doing.
You don't think he's focusing? He wasn't focusing this week. But I want to go back to Micah. You know, you're a genius, Jerry. You literally figured out, we just figured this out live on the stream tonight, that you are figuring out not throwing the ball to CeeDee Lamb is going to get you a cheaper CeeDee Lamb. And by having a light, 3 linebacker rotation on our team, including practice squad, well, all you needed to do is wait until one of them went down enough, and eventually, we have to use Micah Parsons at linebacker. And that saves you money next year when he goes in for that big contract. You evil fucking genius.
I'm telling you, that's a master plan right there. Use him less, pay him even less.
I mean, you're going to save a couple million a year just, going from edge to linebacker. Damn, you are smart. And, hey, listen, we got to fix the defense. We got to fix the offense, the red zone. But yeah, at least there's one good thing about I guess, your son, Stephen Jones. You got to give him a little bit of credit. He was the guy who picked Brendan Aubrey, our star player of the team, our kicker. He never missed again.
Well, I was the one that pointed him out in the USFL right there.
Yes.
He's actually called Brandon Bailey, not Aubrey. I call him Brandon Bailey.
Why Brandon Bailey?
Because he reminds me of Dan Bailey.
Now you're tugging on my wife's heartstrings there. Dan Bailey.
She's got an eye for talent.
She's like you. She knows a good kicker when she sees one.
Now, Jerry, I gotta ask you a slightly different question. We are going back to the draft, but the Deuce Vaughn move, was that just for the media hype?
Was that for Daddy?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it was more trying to appeal to Nickelodeon, because as small as Deuce, he kind of looks like a kid, and it would boost ratings if we can get more kids to watch, because they'll think he's a Nickelodeon star.
See, I get it now. You got Taylor Swift bringing in more women, and Jerry wanted to bring in more kids. Deuce Vaughn got the award for the Nickelodeon preseason MVP. So Jerry has a point there. He's bringing in more kids to the Cowboys, buying more jerseys. What an evil genius. I want to know what the chat's got to say in here about, and ask Jerry Jones and take a couple of questions.
Yeah. Let us know if there's anything in the chat you guys want to ask.
Yeah,
Jerry.
I don't know if Jerry knows how to use his technology, but he can check the questions as well out there if there's anything you want to touch on, Jerry. The floor is yours. You own our team.
Well, I kind of want to touch on Mark Osavia's question.
All
Why
right.
are you such a dick? Well,
There you go.
My middle name is Wang. Not Wayne, it's Wang.
That's why he's a dick. Jerry Wang Jones. Well, hey, Mark Hopesepian, I hope you are listening because you just got your answer straight out the Jerry mouth. So,
Oh boy.
Any other questions for the family in the chat that we haven't touched on yet? I would love to throw out a question for old red-eyed Jerry Jones here. Again, really staying up, burning the midnight oil, and...
All right, well, Cassie Stewart, less of a question and more of a general comment saying...
Okay.
We should do like the Packer fans, allow us to own the team.
Oh, I
Jerry,
like that.
would you be down to being co-owners?
Let's own.
That's more money I gotta dish out.
So that's a yes.
Oh, that's a hell no.
Just checking with you. I was trying to trick you there, old man. So, again, I actually am curious about what you think about Zeke being gone. How do you feel about that?
I tell you, I miss Zeke. He's like a son to me until he started asking for more money.
Then what happened?
Well, we just had to cut him loose. And Robert Kraft, me and him met at the massage parlor, and he decided to take Zeke on.
So, hey, he did you a favor there. He's helping you with someone very close to you. You guys discussed this over the massage parlor. That's good. You guys got a good meeting spot.
Now, I kind of want to touch on Dak's performance.
Yes.
Do y'all remember he underwent an 11-hour tattoo? Oh, yeah, he got a picture of his mom, his brothers, the trailer park he's from. But do y'all know about the tattoo he has on his ass?
On his ass?
Yep. He's got a tattoo of my face on his ass, so every time he shits, it comes out of my mouth.
Oh.
I never knew that. We don't have this insight without talking straight to Jerry Jones and the after hour sessions. I love this Jerry Jones so much better than the other Jerry Jones. I'm telling you that for real. By the way, Mark Hopesepian dropping a $2 holler. What did Mark have to say, baby? I think it's a question.
A very important question.
Let me hear it.
Mr. Jones, did you buy the team to compensate for something?
Great question by Mark Hopesepian. He's talking about your middle name right there.
Yep. That's why they call me Wang. When you got enough money, the girls, they really don't care.
Oh, yeah, I guess Mark's answer is yes. You did buy the Cowboys to compensate for something. Good old Jerry. He's always going to give it to you. He's a straight shooter. But, hey, Mark, I hope you you like the answer to that question. Oh man! And again,
hopefully everybody here has enjoyed chatting with the owner of our team. I'm trying to think because I know there was one other thing I know.
Well, I want to know what else Jerry thinks about. I mean, anything on his mind outside of like when he's taking the next medication. Did we get to ask
him about Dan Quinn?
We did. He kind of he. Well, you can repeat that if you want, Jerry. I know we talked about the Dan Quinn. I know we talked about the offseason moves, and really, I think he jumped to the draft a little bit. But I mean, Brandon Cooks and Gilmore. I mean, they got to play better. They got to be used better by the coaching staff. So I want to know what's on Jerry's mind, just in general. If you have anything to speak on, Jerry, anything you want to get off your chest.
I like to tell y'all that Dak said Sleep Number's coming out with the new bed. I don't know if y'all heard it.
I know he's doing another commercial. He's doing a lot of commercials.
Well, Dak, he said Sleep Number has a new water bed coming out. But all I could see and smell was piss.
Why?
Dak pisses the bed so much he turned it into a water bed.
Is that because he's not focused this season? Something's going on with Dak. I think he's pissed off with McCarthy.
No, it's the ink poisoning from that 11-hour tattoo session.
That tattoo. Well, I'm glad I know that he has your face on his ass. These are the insight we cannot get anywhere else. Jerry Jones and our Cowboys. And about our team. Do you think we're gonna get this number 6, the Super Bowl number 6, or are we gonna just be the usual, just stay competitive, get bounced out of the playoffs, and you keep making your money hand over fist?
Oh, yeah, I hope every year we try and make it to the Super Bowl and win. But even if we don't, I know our fans are just going to buy more jerseys and hope every year
shit.
that we're going to win.
Oh, you're just breaking our hearts, Jerry. So you don't care. It's the money over the star for you.
If they burn their jerseys, they're just going to buy more from the Cowboysshop.com.
You're an asshole, Jerry. You're an asshole. You know that, right?
Well, I know I'm a wink.
That we know. You're a dick, yes. Oh, Jerry, listen, we might have to check in with you every Tuesday. When Jerry speaks, when you speak in real life, we're going to get you in maybe every so often and get a quick rundown on your thoughts every week. If you can remember them, right?
From our Cowboys.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's important. So we're on the same page of what, kind of your mindset and, the team's mindset compared to the fan base. So I think we're going to do this again. I hope we do. And I hope you can make time on your busy schedule to come on in and maybe touch on the previous game every week or so. So, might be a new segment here on Tuesdays. We'll see.
Jerry's thoughts. Can everyone in the chat do MCF a huge favor and donate? Show some love. What many of y'all don't know is this interview is costing MCF thousands of dollars to book Jerry for the night.
That's true.
He even had to take a loan on his house just to pay me because I'm not cheap.
He's not. He's waiting for Malik Hooker right now. He's not cheap. We had to pay a lot for this interview, but hey, we'll try to get a package deal. Maybe we could book you for the season,
It sounds great.
Well, thank you. I hope you can do better with our team going forward and maybe get us, we will be in a different place in a week from now. And maybe we can be, maybe coming off a win, going into the bye week against the Chargers. Any last thoughts about Kellen Moore and this Charger team we got to face this week?
Well, we're going to wipe Kellen Moore like the toilet paper.
All right. Well, he's going to be shit. I got you. Jerry Jones. Appreciate you here. Gerald Wayne Jones. We appreciate you here with us. Truly, thank you. And we'll send that check's in the mail. Remember that. And, hey, Jerry, any last words? Have a great night from us. But any last words from you?
All I got to say, go Cowboys.
Hell yeah, go Cowboys.
Always go Cowboys.
Always go Cowboys. Appreciate you, Jerry. Jerry Jones. Can't have the 3 Super Bowls we had without him at the helm, right?
And again, huge shout out. I know Jerry has a very busy schedule, so for him to take time to call us up here at MCF and share his glory hole days.
We didn't ask about the glory hole. Have to be next time.
That's a little surprise for next time.
Yeah, I think next time we'll get into maybe some other things and then touch on the Chargers game, no matter what, win, lose, or draw. We'll see if all the schedules match up and get them on here. We do have 2 weeks to do it because we do have a 2-week session here with the bye week. So we'll get Jerry on no matter what again. And that was fun. I can't wait to interview him and ask him some more questions on our, Jerry's thoughts after dark. It was a great one tonight, guys. Any last comments in the chat as we do the shout-outs, baby? I will shout out MyCowboysFamily, who right now has dropped the love that takes him to above everyone else this week. Maybe a 3-peat back-to-back like our 90s Cowboys, but he's going for that 3 in a row, and currently he's leading the way this week as well. So Jason Renfro also in the lead in the Cash App side, and Lost in Translation, second place on the overall board. Thank you guys for your drops of love from above tonight. Baby, hit it up. Who's in the house tonight? And let's do those shout-outs. Final comment or 2, I guess, in the shout-outs.
Let me see. Yes, Modius, much love, saying Jerry going to get himself some glory hole. He's got it on deck.
Yeah, glory hole session coming up, I guess, for Jerry Jones.
Cassie Stewart, much love to you as well. Justin D, in the place to be. Grambot, what's up? Let me see. We have Jason Renfro, of course. When are we going to the Super Bowl again? Man, we have to ask Jerry all these things. Jerry
just wants to. He just said it. He says just be competitive, and it makes him happy.
The competitiveness is the Super Bowl. I
guess. Well, his Super Bowl, because if we're competitive, people They burn the jersey when we suck, and then they buy them again. That's all he wants. Competitive. Not when we suck, when we have bad games. Like this, I already see people throwing away Dak's jersey left and right after this game. Not just Skip Say Less, Bay Less, but also other fans mopping up the floor with his jersey. You know how these fans get. And Jerry loves every second of it because he just doubles the money for himself.
So, just kind of rolling back here. Let me see. Cassie Stewart, Amazing Games, Dallas Cowboy 92, Thomas Garrett, Mike Aldana, Asmodeus, Anon. No, I think we at least shouted out pretty much everybody here.
I like everybody.
Cactus, how cool.
I like everyone's guesses who that was. Nobody will ever guess it, but Jason Renfro said Snug X acting like Jerry Jones. No, that was the Jerry Jones. That's the real Jerry Jones. And again, he sounds a little different because he's not all ready, for the air and the way he is on other channels and other interviews. He was just like probably sitting in his hot tub or something, with some cheerleaders. I don't know, but this is the Jerry Jones after dark. You don't get this Jerry Jones anywhere else.
So, let me see here. Yeah, I think I did all the shout-outs here in the chat.
In the house. That's great.
But a huge and extra special shout-out, yes, to the sponsor of the week, back-to-back, Marco Seppian. The stream boss, Marco Seppian. The Cash App King, 2 weeks in a row.
1, 2.
Snug X.
2 weeks. Snug X, 9 weeks in a row.
Oh, that's right.
9 weeks. 2 weeks for
My
Marco
bad.
Seppian.
Mark is the one with the 2 weeks.
Trying to go for 3.
For 9.
Trying to go for 3. He is in the lead this week, Snug X. Much love to him.
I got all turned around with Jerry's glory hole mentions there,
And Jason Renfro in the lead, by the way, in the Cash App, but 1 on it over there. Gifting memberships, no one's in the lead, but we do have the champion, skeptical fan, always staying skeptical. And much love to Jerry Jones. You know who you are. Much love to Jerry. Much love to everybody in the house here, dropping the knowledge and the love. But maybe it's time to get on out of here. Why do we do this here, My Cowboys Family, each and every night? And look, it took us six plus years on My Cowboys Family. We finally interviewed Jerry Jones. That's not bad. I never would. The over under would have been like 10 years. So hey, we got Jerry Jones, exclusive interview. I hope you guys enjoyed tonight's Jerry Jones thoughts after dark session, baby. Why do we do this each and every night here, My Cowboys Family?
It's that navy blue, that silver too, that star over everything.
Yeah, over everything, guys. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or really fucking ugly like this weekend was. Here on MCF, we rep that star over everything. And hey, here on this channel on YouTube, 6+ years, 7 seasons of this thing. Never forget the number one thing here, now, and forever. As always, Go Cowboys! Let's get that 6 and beyond one day. Please. One day soon. Please. Thank you for dropping the knowledge in the chat all night long. Thank you guys for dropping the love from above, specifically Marco Seppian, who really dropped the bombs out there. So did, of course, Lost in Translation, Jason Renfro, but Marco Seppian rocking the boards right now. Appreciate him. And, of course, as we clock out and drop out for the night, we lock and reload for tomorrow. Another show. It might be a quickie tomorrow, guys, or we might skip one, so keep that in mind. Might happen tomorrow. We'll see how our schedule goes, but we'll be back at it. And the first day of our actual practice on the field starts on Thursday this week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, the 3 practice days, the injury reports and practice report. Tomorrow's another kind of off day. They'll be doing sessions, I'm sure, in the classrooms. But thank you to Jerry Jones. Extra special thank you to JERRUH Jones, who made a special appearance here for us. We may get him again shortly, another week or so here back on the channel, back here to talk with us about our Cowboys. Baby, it is time to clock out and drop out. Before we can do that for the night, what are we going to do?
We got to drop the beat.
Oh, yeah. Beat's been dropped. It's a wrap here, guys, on My Cowboys Family. Oh, yeah, loving our Dallas Cowboys. You know how we do. Extra special love to all of you in the house. Watch this. Hit the like, thumbs up, notification bell. Follow us on Twitter at MyCowboysFamily. And all that good stuff. Extra special shout out and thanks to the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones. Woo! Appreciate him. Thank you for giving up your time there. And hey, having some fun with us here after dark. Jerry's thoughts. You know how it goes. Here, boom. We talked about the frustration building. Micah, CD, Dak, McCarthy. Jerry's chilling, though. He's chilling. Well, hey, we'll talk about all this and more, I'm sure, this week as we officially turn the page. We touched on some of the Chargers stuff. We'll turn the page and get back on that tomorrow, full blast. Fully close that San Fran book. let's stay in Cali and go to LA. LA. Let's go Cowboys. Let's get this win and bounce back. That's all we're asking for right now. Here in MCF, you know what it's always about. That navy blue, that silver too, that star. Over everything. Never forget. The number one thing right here, my Cowboys family. Much love to everyone hanging with us tonight, hitting that like, subbing it up, and that notification bell. We'll see you back tomorrow for another one. Have a good night, guys. Stay safe. Peace. And never, ever forget. Go Cowboys!
Monk on the beat.